was this one.
During the Cold War, air-to-air warfare was alive and well. The Soviet Union had a huge air force, and it was a viable threat to NATO aircraft. As a result, we trained extensively in matters pertaining to shooting down other aircraft. We used the Top Gun defense in depth theory that was built around the idea that no matter how many forward-quarter long-range missiles a fighter was carrying, there's a good chance the threat would make it into the visual arena. To simulate the threat, aggressor squadrons existed at all the major fighter bases. On the east, we had VF-43, the ambush. Squadrons flew American assets that replicated the flying qualities of Russian airplanes. For instance, F-5's characteristics were a lot like those of MiG-23. A-4 was somewhat like a subsonic MiG-21. I was in Fallon, Nevada for the first time after my first deployment. And we were about to start what we call workups for my second deployment. So it's the fall of 1985. VF-32, the Swordsman, has switched air wings from CAG-6 to CAG-3. We've gone from the USS Independence to the USS John F. Kennedy that has just come out of the yards. And the first evolution in turnaround training, where the whole air wing gets together for the first time, takes place at Fallon, Nevada. Now, Fallon is in the high Sierras of Nevada, northern Nevada. It's a very desolate area by design. The range complex is pretty extensive. You can actually drop live ordnance there, one of the few places left in the United States where you can do that. But besides flying missions, there's not much else to do. There is the Nugget, where you can play very cheap craps and blackjack, sort of hone your skills before you go to Reno. And there's also places like Frontier Liquors and Ammo, which one of my squadron mates described as the perfect store, in that they have liquor, guns, and porn. But beyond that, there's not a whole lot to do at Fallon, which is a good thing when you're trying to focus on training. So one day we're informed that we're going to participate in an exercise called constant peg, something I'd never heard of before we got to Fallon. Constant peg was dreamed up in the late 70s by an Air Force fighter pilot named Gale. Colonel Peck was dissatisfied with the state of dogfighting training at that time, and he was stationed in the Pentagon, where in particular he heard about a program called Have Drill, where the Air Force had come into possession of a couple of MiG-17s, and they were exploiting the systems of the MiG-17, kind of reverse engineering the cockpit layout and the basic performance of the airplane. And so Colonel Peck pitched the idea of creating a training unit that would allow Air Force, Marine Corps, and Navy pilots to go against real MiGs in air-to-air warfare and see the performance characteristics of these enemy aircraft firsthand. General Vandenberg loved the idea, and so Colonel Peck was given the go-ahead. He named the program Constant, which was General Vandenberg's call sign, and Peg, which was Colonel Peck's wife's first name. So that's where the term Constant Peg comes from. So Constant Peg was set up as a highly secret, compartmented information program. And because they needed such secrecy, they set up at Tonopah Airfield, about 70 miles north of Nellis Air Force Base, which is just outside of Las Vegas. The cadre of pilots had to be highly qualified. So Colonel Peck started to build his squadron. At this time, they had some MiG-17s and a few MiG-21s and a couple of MiG-23s, both the air-to-air and air-to-ground variants of the MiG-23s, which have significant differences. And to qualify to be an instructor pilot at Constant Peg, also known as the 4477th Tactical Evaluation Squadron, the Red Eagles, you needed about 3,000 flight hours, meaning you had to have a couple of tours in tactical jet squadrons, and you needed to be a graduate of either the Air Force Fighter Weapons School or Top Gun. Now, in the case of Navy personnel, your detailer, the guy who gave you your orders, would send you to Air Force Fighter Weapons School at Nellis. That's all you knew on paper. Your family believed that you would be operating out of Nellis Air Force Base, and so they would greater Las Vegas area. But once you got there, you were told, okay, actually, you're not going to be flying F-16s and F-5s in the aggressor role. You're flying MiGs 70 miles north of here at Tonopah. They would climb aboard a small commuter prop plane, a C-12. It was operated out of Nellis Air Force Base and fly to Tonopah. Now, the training track was very unique and pretty risky, which is why they had to be senior pilots. So there were no simulators. There were no hints of the MiGs that they were flying. So basically, they would read the manual, do a cockpit fam where they would sit in the airplane and have somebody over their shoulder who was familiar with the airplane point out where the gauges were and go through the startup procedures and other things they needed to get airborne. And then once they were ready, they would fly the airplane solo, being chased by one of the squadron's T-38s that had been assigned to Tonopah. This is seriously Wild West kind of operations. So first they would start in the MiG-21, which was, let's just say, easier to fly in a more predictable airplane. They basically had two types of MiG-21s. They had the Russian MiG-21, and then they had the Chinese variant, which was called the F-7. During their cooperation with the Soviet Union, the negotiations broke down, and Chinese-Russian relations went south, so they had to actually reverse engineer a lot of stuff beyond what they thought they were going to. They took out the Russian ejection seat, which they did not like, and as a result, the F-7 canopy hinges in the back like most normal airplanes, whereas the MiG-21 hinges in the front. So those are the ways you can tell the difference between an F-7 and a MiG-21. Now the differences in the two variants of the MiG-23, the air-to-air and the air-to-ground version, are the air-to-air version has a very powerful motor. In fact, pilots were kind of scared of how fast they could go in the MiG-23 air-to-air variant. Sometimes they'd just go full throttle to see how fast they could go, and they'd look down and see like 820 knots on the airspeed indicator. One of the COs was quoted as saying that airplane would fly until it broke up. There was no limit on how fast it would go. That airplane deserves some respect. The air-to-ground variant was a little bit slower, had a different engine, had a sloped nose so pilots could see as they were doing bombing profiles. Also, the intakes, the inlets, did not have variable geometry like the air-to-air version did. So the air-to-air version, not unlike the F-14, had movable geometry inlets so that at supersonic airspeeds, the airflow would be subsonic by the time it reached the engine. So the MiG-23 has variable geometry wings like the F-14. But unlike the F-14, the MiG-23 wings have to be moved manually by the pilot. There is no computer interface to determine what the angle should be based on indicated Mach number. So here's a couple of squadron roster photos. This first one's from the very early days. And then the second one, the two Navy guys in the photo I know, call signs Streak and Dollar. So the other thing that was remarkable, besides these pilots flying it with relatively little training, was the maintenance effort there.
Thanks for the thumbs up.
In-class maintainers from primarily the Air Force with some civilian contractors who were mostly retired Air Force maintainers on the case. These guys had to make do with whatever they were provided. And in some cases, they'd have to fashion the part they needed out of parts that were harvested off of crashed MiGs that were found across the globe. Sometimes the CIA would find these things. Sometimes other special teams would go out. They'd hear about a crash in Indonesia.
Bridget, what are you doing?
Go and get it. So there was huge effort. They were flying a pretty ambitious flight schedule. MiG-21s were
F1,
8 turn 8, meaning 8 in the morning.
11, Formula 1, Atkins to race cars in my generation.
MiG-23s were flying 3 turn 3. Again,
F1,
So
11.
at any given time, they had to have
Hey, from Boston.
airplanes available.
What's going on?
So again, this is a credit to the maintenance effort there
Yeah.
at Constant Pay.
How you doing,
Pilots
Bridget?
didn't pre-flight the airplanes.
I'm just over here watching stuff. You guys think got nothing to do? Something
Showing total faith
Figured we
and
come
confidence
on.
in the maintenance crews. So in the fall of '85, again, we get the heads up. We're going to participate in Constant. The next day, crews from the 4477th come up to Fallon and they brief us. So let's go to our trainings.
What's everyone doing?
So basically, the flights are going to start with a speed demo, followed by defensive setups where the Tomcat will be in a defensive position, and then the Tomcat
How
will
was your
be
day,
in an
Bridget?
offensive position.
Must be getting nighttime there.
1v1
Be
setups
about
to a full
dawn.
We also
Fantastic.
played some
Funk all.
rounds.
Fucking
Now,
all.
we were
Friday
doing the
indeed.
exercise very close to Tonopah, which was about
One of the
150
vape
miles
drains
away
that
from Fallon.
been
They
watching
said
that.
you should
All
not
right.
consider Tonopah a suitable divert field. So unless you
Well,
have
we got
land
excitement
as
brewing
as
tonight, I think.
possible, not practicable, as soon as possible emergency, like the total
What do you think?
hydraulic failure, not even single engine. They said if you have a single engine emergency, go back to Fallon. Because
We
if
can
you
shut
land in
this
Tonopah
down.
and explain,
You want to watch
you'll
this?
be there for 2.
That was Dawn, how was your day? Got quite warm here. We get to weld plastic today. Learned how to weld plastic. Man has kidney stones. Hospital was fun, man. New home. Man resting, now home. Good. Well, well, I hope he recovers. I hope he puts a smile on his face. Hope he puts a nice smile on his face for his little Chiquita girlfriend. Right? Yeah. We're happy, joy. Well, so got a call today. Neighbor needed a weld plastic. Went over there and we weld plastic for about 4 hours. Plastic bumper tore up. Quite interesting. We got many say apple cider vinegar good for the kidney stones. Quite exciting day for me. Oh, are you kidding me? Bridget, are you kidding me? I didn't see nothing like that. I got RT. I didn't see anything. Let me go check. Smashing, huh? Well, I guess sister didn't get the picture. I don't quite understand that one. Chris Collins, what's going on? Why? Because Joe says why. Don't question Joe. Joe's got all his credentials, man. Hey, man. I got the latest RT. Let me go and look. Eliminate the dollar completely from Russia for gold. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Fauci emails, lying. Oh, I ain't seeing nothing on 30,000. You got any media bug pushes? Where's my friend Dawn? Dawn, are you listening, Dawn? Heads up. Hey, what's going on, Lewis? Different way, I guess you mean. Anyways, listen to this. Media bug pushes really want the public to eat delicious cicadas, but FDA warns off allergic insect lovers. Hey, cicadas are good eating. 8 p.m. here. Yeah, I know. He's crazy. You heard me. You need to see it for your own self. They must have heard you got a shitload of cicadas there, and maybe we can get people to eat them. Yep. You want the, because, hey, very good, Lewis. You want the article? If you want the article, just I'll put it in chat. Chris Collins, how you been? Training purposes, 30,000. That's 3 divisions. That's an awful lot of divisions to go train. I could see a division, 10,000, maybe 15, but 30,000, huh? Wow. Oh, come on. Don't blow my mind now. I'm trying to blow yours. What's this all about? We had, yeah, where is it? Let's go see what the Dawn has. Wow. Yeah, I'm still trying to eat beans 7 days a week, and I can't do it. I just had a little meltdown tonight. My friend Loving, right now, thanks. I say he's in 4th grade to be cool and weird. Well, you know, we ain't got no control over this shit. We ain't got no Congress ain't got control. House ain't got control. Oh, fuck on. Oh, come on. Hey, Troy. What do you think of this? Cicada tacos. Wow. Wow. I guess this old man's getting kind of old. Yeah. Who wants tacos? Well, here it is right here. I'm going to pull this up. 1 hour away. Are you going to go for it? Maybe you should. They're supposedly delicious. Ain't no question about it. There you go. Yeah, what's wrong with that? I'll put the link in chat if you want to go visit it. Yeah, the new cicadas. I'd be starving to death. We don't have too many. There we go. There you go. Wow. I mean, I could see maybe grinding them up or something. I thought it's odd, that's all. Yeah, I would say it's odd. Yeah, pretty odd. You token? No, I'm not token. JB from Oregon. Oh, you're telling him. Abs, where you been? I'm pretty tired. It was a smoky day to say the least, learning plastic welding. Plastic welding. Yep. Welded a bumper today. Hello to everybody. You guys are rocking it out tonight. I ate scorpion before without the stinger. Come on, at least give it another 5-10 years till I'm out of here. Although Ralphie boy having a tough time eating beans every day. Bad fumes. Yes, bad fumes. Terrible. Yeah. After it was pickle and tequila. Vinaigrette in Las Vegas. Vinaigrette. I don't know what that is. Too big word for me. Toki now, Chris. Scorpion vinegar. No, I don't have big radishes. I just showed that video on if you leave some radishes in the ground, they'll produce seed, and then you can get them, either that year if you got time or the next year, and they produce a lot of seed. Yeah, well, that's probably not ever going to be a problem, but yeah. Well, talk to what's her name about joining the army to go overseas. My wife had the job yesterday, couldn't talk. Well, what are you going to do, ABS? I mean, seriously, what are you going to do? She wants a jab, let her take the jab. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I mean, you're taking something you don't even know what's in this shit. Ralph used to have twice this much in the room. Have you barred or offended them all? I don't really know. I don't know. I know there's 4 thumbs up. Give me thumbs up if you get a chance. It'll be one of my better nights. I don't know. You know, people want to bring up, hey, Eric, people want to bring up religion, and you ask me about it. I'm going to tell you about it. I think it's hokey pokey. Everyone but 3 people in my family. Wow. Well, we watched one video here where they took the packaging out and there was nothing on it. Well, don't worry about it. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Life is too short. I've been sniffing plastics fumes all afternoon. Well, work in the medical industry, they put a gun to your head, don't they? You know what I mean? I mean, that's blatant, ain't it? I'll pretend to be nothing I'm not. You know what I mean? I never did. And I don't think a lot of people like that straightness, you know? You ask me a question, I tell you. You know what I mean, Lewis? It's like, I don't think there's no reason why we don't have 20, 30 people in this room. We always rocked it. But whatever's going on is going on. For 2 days. Well, we got Dawn Morning. His son couldn't walk for 2 days. I don't know. Is she in here? Well, I mean, I'm not even calling it truth. I'm just telling you how I feel about things. You know what I mean? If you ask me. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you how I feel about it. You're going to go take a job that nobody knows what's in it because you're worried about something that hasn't happened yet. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I know there is, Lewis. Yeah. Well, a lot more people calling it crazy. Let me tell you. In the last week, we had several people use the word crazy, freaks. So just hang on. We have some really oppressive heat coming in. It's supposed to be up over 90 this weekend. Yeah, I mean, you can still catch it and spread it. So what the fuck is the purpose of a jab? Where would you put that shit? Well, yeah, I think basic common sense has been lost. You couldn't sell that 30 years ago, I don't think. I mean, 1 or 2 people you might have been able to, but not the population that it is. It's crazy. Now watch. Wow, that's pretty hot. Sister Golden here has been struggling with oppressive heat. Oh, well, it's chemtrails every day in here, Lewis. You know that. The whole world's covered in chemtrails. Mike Morales said there was 43% more cloud cover. And those were his statistics, which were probably a little old. But I think, they're covering up 43% of this country with chemtrails. Somebody should be doing something about it. And certainly if you got a pandemic, land the friggin' aircraft. You know what I'm saying? You got a pandemic, man. You better do something with these aircraft. Shut them down for a while. Yeah, soak you down. Yeah. Somebody hates the people, I'll tell you what. And it looks like most of them in charge. Indiana sunniest day, May 2020, race day, paid weather control. I would agree with that totally. You had some shitty weather, and then all of a sudden race day comes, and voila, it's a beautiful day. Celsius here now, tomorrow, sunrise, 2 Celsius. No, I don't think many people are having any jab. You haven't sold people with common sense yet. You're pointing guns at people, but you ain't putting no. We had Blasio on there offering a hamburger, a cheeseburger, and a fry. You took the jab. Oh, you do what the hell ever you think you should do. You know what I mean? If you truly believe in God, God's guiding you. Yeah, the whole thing's a distraction from an industrial military complex, a sinking Federal Reserve note. And I just seen tonight that that Russia's not taking the gold. They're not taking any Federal Reserve notes. They're getting rid of them, all of them out of their country. Big trouble. You guys gonna have to type in caps because I can't read. I had a long day of sniffing plastic fumes. But there was an RT. I think it's still in here. They're done. They're done. They're walking away because they can. They're not Saddam. Saddam did the same thing. This is why you went to war or murder with Saddam. It's the only fucking reason. He didn't do nothing to us. He didn't do nothing to his people. You lied about that too. Fauci being called out to being a liar. Now read that headline. Hold on. Do you read that? I don't know. They're trying to boost something, but Yeah, and don't forget, got the blood on George Bush, ain't it? Yeah, Gaddafi and Saddam. Them motherfuckers did nothing. You mind your own business, you stupid fuck. War pig motherfuckers. No, there ain't much to back it up either. And when it goes, it goes. But we'll start seeing them whine more and more. What my theory is right now is they're wringing everybody out of the labor force. And then they're going to go to universal basic income. McDonald's will go to robots. Shelves will be loaded by war pigs, by Ozzy Osbourne. Says it all, don't it? All part of the plan, Agenda 21, 2030 New World Order, One World Order, George Bush Sr. How many fucking more times you gonna stand in front of him? You're so blinded by your fucking worshiping of an idol, you didn't even understand what the motherfucker said, did you? He telling you this is the order of the new world order. How many years? 4 years. His father, Poppy Bush. They had to get working on 9/11, so that's probably why he didn't win that second term. This would be this country's national anthem. You go into a non-government football game, whatever game, and you're going to sing something, have the track steward fucking do War Pigs by Ozzy Osbourne and sing it like it is. That still rings true even today. Not worried about anybody on this planet. You come on now, you're going to have a problem, boy. You know what I mean? Manipulation of everything, man. I mean, fucking everything. You can't even have a fucking decent fucking license in your pocket without jerking off the fucking New World Order. The fuck you need this special license for? A goddamn license to tell you drove an automobile and passed a fucking test. It ain't supposed to be for any other goddamn reason. That's all a license is. And they turn it into your fucking ID tag. I love them people that say, I'm going to get the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast. Oh, I'm going to take the mark of the beast. I ain't going to take the mark of the beast. Well, how much more you want to be blatant? Let's go see if we see the sky for Lewis. He's over there in Australia. General gathered in their masses, just like witches at birth magic. The mosquitoes out here, son of a bitch. Yeah. Wow, they're vicious. My bats should be out. We should have bats flying around. Lots of white up there. Well, just do the best you can in life, and that's about it. We go sniff plastic all day. I don't give a fuck. What else is going to happen? Move and all that other bullshit. I ain't getting tired of shit. I want to go. Yeah, I mean, just been repetitive disruption and holding on to hopium and fuck it all. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's going to do this, he's going to do that, and he don't do none. Yeah, I don't need no more of that in my life. I don't worship that fucking position or the Senate. Hey, we got tick bite in the back. Well, they say the truth will set you free. I'm still waiting. Mosquitoes are brutal, man. Fuck. There you are, you little bastard. Get out here a little earlier, you son of a bitch. Bush speech. Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm outside right now, Dawn. Can you hold that for a minute? That was quite a speech he made. The order of the new world, the new life. Pretty interesting, ain't it? Pretty interesting. Yeah, they love their numbers. That Skull and Bones crew loves that shit. They live it. Maybe it's a key. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I watched that son of a bitch. I was so disappointed. I was hoping Dukaka got in. I think Dukaka got in when we had a revolutionary war back then. I think all hell would have broke loose. But now, them motherfuckers wanted that fucking jack-off guy killed Kennedy, motherfucker. Still asleep. We'll go watch that. No, I don't think I ever was asleep. Motherfucker says, well, we're going to get into automation in our auto manufacturing. I says, all right, so you got 12 workers on each shift. You bring in 3 robots. What are you going to do with them people? Oh, you're just a rabble rouser. Whatever. Hell, I'm a rabble rouser. Don't even have... You know, I grew up. There ain't no such thing as dumb questions. That's what I grew up. You got that for me, Dawn? I can't scroll up. Can you post that one more time? Going through, yep. Yep. Thank you, Dawn. Anyways, you know, you make life for what it is, not when you got bozos like this putting legislation in to tie our hands. And what the fuck's wrong with you? Don't be using that terminology no more. You're welcome right back. That's kind of old terminology. I got the sound turned down. I don't even want to watch the motherfucker. You know, that's how much I find this man so fucking revolting. Just Dr. Evil himself. We'll do this. How about we do that?
The world we've known has been a world divided.
Now listen to this, Lewis.
Wire and concrete
listen to this loving, feel-good fucking message. Fucking women were having from the Republican parties having orgasms in the fucking aisles.
Very real prospect of a new world order. In the words of Winston Churchill, a world order in which the principles of justice and fair play protect the weak against the strong. A world where the United Nations, freed from Cold War stalemate.
Oh, don't even go there, dude. I've been built up all month. Dude, I got fucking 4 ticks on me on the 4th day. I got one, I think, bit me in the back.
The Gulf War put this new world to its...
It is hypnosis. He was very well groomed at all that shit.
Passed that test for the sake of our principles. For the sake of the Kuwaiti people.
Sleep, my sweet sheep. In the key of G, all together now.
Look the other way.
Yeah, I know. You got plenty of food.
Tonight, Kuwait is free.
Kuwait is free. Okay? Motherfucking billionaires sweep floors in Kuwait. But we go over there with our military because this motherfucker set it up. Nice. A third world. Yeah. Is that a true figure? I wouldn't doubt it. You go see the Pine Ridge or the Navajo Reservation, Appalachian. Listen to that. Standing ovation for this motherfucker. I need to go. I'm much honest communications these days.
Tonight, as our troops begin to come
Well,
home,
listen on ham
let
radio.
us recognize that the
We'll
hard
see you
work
later.
of
Take care of
freedom
yourself. Good to see
still
you.
calls us forward. We've learned the hard lessons of history. The victory over Iraq was not waged as a war to end all wars.
Yeah, I must
Even the New World
obey.
Order cannot guarantee an era of perpetual,
Want to go read the comments?
but enduring peace. Must
I'm
be
ready
our
to puke on you, so my
success in the
beloved
Gulf
Republican
will
superpower.
shape not only the new world order we seek, but our mission here at home. In the war just ended, there were clear-cut objectives.
They know what's best for you and I, and that's what I mean. You can't be telling people you make life for what you make of it anymore. That's bullshit. You can't. You watch them roast children to death in a fucking church. God damn it, you ain't going to do this.
To the way we meet challenges here at home.
Fucking short memory. Want to go watch some children being burnt to death by your government? The American Terrorist Foundation? Yeah, you want to go back and rewind a little bit. Keep doing the same foolish shit, you're going to get us all killed, you stupid motherfuckers. What the fuck is going on in Europe is my biggest question. 30,000 troops, that's 3 divisions. That's pretty hefty. I'm not saying it didn't happen when I was in, but 30,000's an awful lot of people. Let's see if RT covered it. Sputnik jab bullshit. Putin. How's he going to fix U.S. relations when the motherfucker, coward-ass pedophile motherfucker is sitting there telling me he's gonna make him pay or some shit? Shut the fuck up, Joe. Trumpy boy. Nothing. EU looking at important 70 million Africans by 2035. Said German MEP. Well, it's interesting. You guys are going to get some dark meat to play with. Once you have it, you won't go back. U.S. bans on investment. Investing in China company has the opposite effect. Well, how stupid is that? Everything's made in China. My goddamn underwear is made in China. What if I want to invest in Hanes? You're investing in China, I would think. Oh, Israeli. Well, I'll tell you what. I listened to Adam Green about the new guy that they want to come in there. I don't think he's good people either. That fucking Bibi motherfucker was a real war Nazi. Yeah, we go and play some of that. Fuck it all tonight. You want to have a fuck it all night? How about some of that? I'll play it at fast speed, what I'll do. Let's go listen to a little bit of this. We heard rhetoric. Then we'll go into this. We're gonna get a problem here. Stand by, people. Man, stand by. We're going for the full board, baby, tonight here on the Choo-Choo. Fucking Mossad motherfucking Choo-Choo. No way. Good. Keep yourself strong. You know what I mean? Keep yourself strong, Granny. You gotta put your feet up and watch this whole shit go the fuck down. Yeah, we'll probably do all right. Take alien invasion. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we're supposed to play this. at fast speed so the Jew fucking AI can't pick up on it. But I'll let you know when it comes up on the screen. You're listening, you Jew ass motherfucking AI. Do you realize what's going on here? Violation. There's a violation. You're gonna leave us alone tonight? Hey, sister. What do you say? Just do what they say, obey. We're gonna save the children of Waco because they were in such bad conditions there. We had to burn them down. Nice. War Pigs, Black Sabbath. I'm not a Black Sabbath fan. I never actually listened to them, but I ran into the lyrics of this song a while back ago, and I was astounded. We'll go listen to Sex with Your Parents by Lou Reed after this one. We're having a fuck it all Friday night, Granny. Yeah, having a fucking breakdown. Radicals in the house. Well, you see, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the freeze out they brought down? The freeze out they brought down to the south? Or are you talking about fake cold, meaning cold, corona? Because Fauci's already been called out by Jimmy Dore. I would pay attention to the man. Are you fucking kidding me? This has been just a joke and a bad one on us. So, Granny, how was your weather down there today? Was it, what's the matter, big bud? I'm going to take your collar on. Well, what's going on with you? I think he wants to sing. My man, how's Canada treating you? Got any blue sky? Goodbye, blue sky. Goodbye, blue, blue sky. Really? Tennessee tornadoes. Haven't had no trouble. Let's keep it like that. That'd be cool. We'll get her. Let's revive the granny. I hope your day went well. You can tell us about it. Ralphie might have to do a dookie here. I might have to do a dookie break. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. 5 days of beans, I'm having trouble. I don't think I can survive on beans. I'll have to throw some cicadas in there. With family. Oh, I didn't know that. The Sister Golden here. Why don't you give us a roundup of the triple digits you might have experienced today? We're having a tough time and ain't even got that hot. Oh, you haven't heard the news. You haven't heard the news, have you? Well, let me fill you in. I think we still got it loaded. Where you been, girl? You California, you're supposed to be setting all the standards out there. No, that ain't it. No, that ain't it. No, this was a good video. Thank you, Groveland. I don't have it loaded. The cicadas being eaten now in a restaurant not far from Dearest Dawn. So if you go to Indiana, you can get yourself a cicada. What are them things called the Mexicans eat? One of them tacos, you know? Cicada. Yeah, I kid you not. I'm not trying to freak you out. I hope you didn't have too many gummy bears. Yeah. It'll be all right. Everything gonna be all right. Cicada tacos for you, Sister Golden here. Give her a big thanks at Dearest Dawn, Dawn Morning. Where's Dearest Dawn? Uh-oh. What'd I do? Hold on. Hold on. I'll be there. Let's go have some cicadas. Yeah, cicadas. Well, they're supposed to be very delicious. I kid you not. We're getting away from picking on beef and pork, I guess. The bigger animals and moving to the bugs. It's a good one. Call him up. Record the phone call, though. Well, watching me roasted larvae down in South America, it's a delicacy. Big old worm, white worm type deals. Throw them on the fire. What if we can get a phone number there? I'll call and order. How many in the room right now? We got 10 in the room. How about 4 each? Is this a restaurant? Who did this video? Oh, Fox. Give me the phone number there. Yeah, for sure. Give me that phone number. Let's order. What do we need? Oh, you got 11 in here now. Jeez, who's paying the bill? What's a mock orange tree? I don't understand that. About 100 decibels. What happened to 100 decibels? Come over here. I'll show you 100 decibels. Stupidity. No horsepower either. I mean, one thing if you're breathing fire. Jesus Christ. Tune that thing up. The screen is about 100 decibels. I don't know how the screen is 100 decibels, but ain't much I can do. You haven't heard a cicada? I don't think I heard cicadas. Go down. Well, wait, what's going on here today? What do we have? A little, I feel hurt. Molly Crew. I don't know what took the hearing out of my right ear, but it wasn't good. We're all right. We're all right. Everything's all right. Oh, all right. Now I get it. The cicadas are 100 decibel. Like orange smells like orange. Just no fruit, but beautiful blossoms. I ain't got no damn blossoms. Hey, Anton. How you doing, Anton? Anton is, tell everyone where you're from, Anton. Everyone around the room is eating. You got here too late. Room's got cicada tacos. I'll call them back and order another dozen. All right? So we got two folks from Australia right now. I'd like to welcome you guys. Good evening. I hope you're getting prepped for a good night's sleep there. Or a good day. Good day. Somebody's life in India turned into 6 people shot yesterday. You got a story? I don't take that bullshit, you know. You could be lying. You got a story for us? Sleeveless watermelons, GMO goodness. Oh, yeah, I looked at them. I'm like, ugh. Like, they ain't never going to come true this year. If they weren't there when I showed up, they ain't never going to be there this summer. I guarantee Walmart will not bring in seeded watermelon. Those things sell out so fast. It is unbelievable. And think about how dangerous it is to go buy one of them. Because they know in your mind you don't like that GMO sugar shit. You like good tasting watermelon. So AI owns every one of us just about by now. Yeah. Make sure you put them more money into them cameras spying on people too, Walmart. Yeah, fuck your workers. No wonder why you can't get nobody work for your Chinese shithole. When times were tough. Times wouldn't be this tough if you didn't let these draconian freaks set us up so bad. Let's just see. We're in it for 210 million people in this United States. 210 million. Hey, don't freak out. Just kick back, light up a big fatty, and relax. We got this itch coming back, Sister Golden, here on this poison ivy. I thought I had it cured, but the itch is back. Itching, itching, itching. Itching and bitching. Hey, that's all my life has turned into. Itching and bitching. We're gonna go have a cigarette break. Oh, you want me to leave you with the wonderful war pigs? Well, I'll tell you what. They've been good to us, so I'll meet them halfway. I'll play the video so you can read the lyrics. How's that? They've been good to us tonight. They must be all sleeping. Itchy bitchy. Grandma, you gonna call in or you want me to go have a smoke? I need more smoke in my life, damn it. We can't get enough of plastic smoke. But it was very interesting. Wonderfully interesting. Yep. But not for me. I don't like all that plasticky shit. You do a little backup and it costs you fucking $8,000 worth of damage. That ain't getting things more better. You know what I mean? That ain't things getting more better, in my opinion. So We got some heat coming in. Go smoke. Peanut butter sandwich. I tell you, Granny, I ain't bitching. But boy, I'm telling you, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to live a life on beans. I really ain't got this one figured out. I tried them ones someone else sent me, and I didn't like them either. Yeah. I mean, I'm almost sick to my stomach. Anyways, we'll be back. They're bloodthirsty now, baby. Oh yeah. We get the skeeters. This is gonna be the first real bad night of skeeters. I'll be back. So we got our good light. We got a solar light, the garden solar light that we got out of the trash. Fix the thing, and when that thing's burning, we had a good day. Ain't no reason to bitch about the weather. Week 4 of cicadas. What if you get them after they shell out? I think that's what you want to do, maybe. Get them after they shelled out. What are you doing, you handsome mutt? You want to sing for Granny? You want to sing a little something for Granny? Do you want to sing or not? You want to go balls to the wall and put on the stereo? getting some medicine. There. But Granny gonna come in. We got a dookie going. This went right through me. Yeah, I have a trouble with that. But if you're skilled at making beans, it might not be too bad. I'm just not skilled at making beans. Well, they were good, but. Whew. Yeah. I thought I lost my cell phone. Well, you got to attribute that to marijuana use. I know Dr. Fauci would, and the rest of the fucking 50-year assault on the weed. Yeah, you lost your phone because you stoned on the marijuana. And you don't believe me? When you get on the phone, I'm going to ask for, what's her name? Alexa. We're going to talk to Alexa. I'm going to ask her that question. If I lose my cell phone and smoke marijuana, is because I smoked the marijuana? Huh, interesting. She should know. Very nice. Not a cloud in the sky here. Yeah, it looked pretty good here, too. We'll bring you outside. You're not going to see much. One honeydew finally sprouted. What other ones I sent you? I ain't too happy with the melons or the cucumbers. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. And melons, cucumbers, and eggplant, actually. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Hello, who do we have this evening to be calling in?
Hello, Ralphie.
Hi, you sound wonderful.
I'm glad that you think I sound wonderful right now because I have been all over the place. Lost my voice for a bit, got real quiet, and then I told the old man, if I talk to anybody else or attempt to, it's going to be Ralph.
What'd I do now?
Just because I'm so aggravated with stupid people and their assumptions and all the things that just really pisses us off.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about the grave diggers, the ones that, think they're bad and all that. Got them attitude. They took off and they didn't say anything to the grave diggers. Now, I did. So the old man, we hung out with them the whole time. And then we went back in the woods, and that's where we found that mock orange. And they dug one up for me. Because I said, oh, it's mock orange. Mama's died. And it came from up here. She was raised right up in this holler. And I said, I got a roast fish too.
Yeah, but why don't you explain what that is?
The mock orange, it's native to this particular part of the Appalachians in the southern and in the Blue Ridge section, okay? And they smell beautiful. You know how people think about jasmine in the summertime and that sweet smell of jasmine at night?
Yeah.
That's the way this is, and they're beautiful blooms. They just do not produce fruit.
So let me ask you this: you were rubbing elbows with working people?
Yeah, I was rubbing elbows with the working people.
Damn, you're being a rebel, girl.
Then, you damn straight, Ralph. Let me just tell you, I told them all about Ralph, the myth, the man, the legend, and what an awesome damn group he's got, and how that they're screwing our skies up. We're pissed. We don't like it, and we don't just look at it and go, oh, that sucks, or deny it. We actually place phone calls, and we do it on YouTube. And then we got into a conversation about how they're outside working all the time. They've noticed, and they agreed, and what all they were seeing was dying from it, and they knew it was that, burning it up, and the animals were getting sick, and the people too. And guess what? They're all having breathing problems and getting pneumonia in the summertime. Now, how funny is that?
Well, first I got to thank Eric for his butter and Worcestershire sauce. Maybe we'll try a cup. Well, I'm not going to do 2 cups. And then MJ Lewis is in here. Once mentioned the seeds you sent. Yeah, I was kind of really sad. I wish Mike had just sent me a few pictures. Maybe he didn't get it done. I don't know. But whatever. All water under the bridge. But then, I met these people, Granny, some years ago. A lot of them were coming from Mike Morales back then. And I was realizing that all these people that are so disappointed with their skies, all these people, I said, it's time we at least have a room to.
And that's what I needed. And I was exhausted. But like I said, I was going to at least call and let you know that I was tired. I'm tired. Take my email. I thought I lost my cell phone, and I was freaked out. And we were in a dead zone, so it wouldn't ring.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding. And it was like it was dead, and it was like I took it off the charger before I went out the door to make sure it wouldn't die on me. And was panicked when we finally made it down to where cell service resumed, which, by the way, was in another state.
Unbelievable.
That is when I tried again and heard it ringing and knew it's in this car. We'll find it when we get there. I ain't gonna worry about it. Now get me home. I need it to be 12:30.
Well, isn't it amazing?
I'm gonna throw up.
Ain't it?
We need to get home.
Pretty amazing how we get attached to that cell phone.
Well, that cell phone, the thing about it at the moment is I've got pictures that I did not get to sync up with Google that would have been lost, that were some of the last of my dad.
Right.
And I was going to in a panic that I lost.
Yeah, I understand that.
So then my husband was like, now just calm down, don't get worked up, we'll figure this out. It's like, okay. So I listened to him, he just kept trying to be soothing. And then he turns on the radio, and of course, music is therapy. And so the music helps. And then I thought, I need to place a phone call to Dr. Radical Ralph.
We ain't a doctor. Oh, yeah, it is. I thought it was Sunday. Yeah, I'm not rabbi. I'm doctor today.
Right. You're doctor today. Sunday, you're rabbi.
We got to do the Hava Nagila. Boy, but you know something, some people might get really angry at that, right? But I got
Some people might, but you know what? If they do, well,
get a life. Change the channel. Don't be listening to me. I'm an idiot. I'm a 3rd grade educated idiot. You shouldn't be listening to me do nothing. What's wrong with you? You insane?
Really? I didn't graduate high school. What the fuck do I know?
But you know, I watched this week.
Pardon the language, y'all.
There, that ain't nothing. They ain't even touched the surface of this country. They had children buried all over this country.
Oh, I saw that in Canada.
Yeah.
Just a little tiny piece. I couldn't handle it at the time because that was so heartbreaking. And with the way this week has been, no, that wouldn't be good. To
No, but what I'm saying is my distaste for them Catholics too is just as bad. They should be fucking shut the fuck up for a couple of years. All your fucking asshole religion shit and join the New World Order.
Organized religion, and see that's the very ones that I play baseball with today.
The Catholics?
The organized religion.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. They're out of their fucking minds. Look, you're so irresponsible, in my opinion. You're so irresponsible, dabbling your ass in that fucking foolishness as an American, especially an American male, and not giving two shits about the way your country is going. These fucking right-wing radical Christian motherfuckers back in Waco, when they burnt them children to death, not a goddamn one of them. I think, what's that blowjob nigga there? Not Oral Roberts, the one from Tulsa. No, the other one there. I think he said some bullshit like, "Oh, they should have came out" or something. But there was no apathy for burning children in any church, whether you agreed with their religion or not.
No, and nobody discussed it. It was like, oh, let's not talk about burning kids and
Yeah, don't be a pedophile ass motherfucking priest. Hey, Michigan is in the house. How you doing? Reading too much. We're on the phone, so
forget. Yeah, guys, I'm not ignoring you in chat.
No.
Seriously, I figured the best thing I could do was call because I can't see and I can't type.
And these people you can't see and you can't type.
You're right. I can't type, and I don't know freaking Braille. I'm up shit creek without a paddle.
Yeah, but that, this is...
I'm not going backwards anymore. I'm going a little forward at the moment because I did honor my daddy, even though I was told I'm going to catch a lot of shit from it. And it's like, really? Okay, bring it.
For what? Shit at the funeral?
As a result of me setting it private and not letting certain people know, so that the people that Daddy did not want there to be there, that wasn't Christian of either family.
Yeah.
Well, then where the hell have they been for the last...
There's some psychopaths down south, believe me. Holy fucking shit, what are you snorting?
Oh, and let me tell you this now. This is the difference, okay? Here in my state, people were trying every which way to outrun the funeral procession. And if they saw they were running out of room, try to jump in between.
Oh, no way,
and
just...
No police escort, nobody slowed down, pulled over to the
Yeah, compassion, baby, compassion.
Now, just as soon as we were crossing that state line, out comes I'd never seen a highway patrol vehicle like this before, and it was a truck. And it was a beautiful looking highway patrol truck, I have to say. I admire trucks. My daddy was a truck man, so was my papa. And I do enjoy driving trucks myself. But anyway, there was him, a highway patrol, and he escorted us. And people immediately start pulling over. But before he pulled out, people were already pulling over. And I didn't realize the truck fixing to pull out was a cop because he didn't have lights on yet. And people already were pulling over, stopping, making room. And then the truck comes on out and flips them lights on. And Steve didn't even know that that's what the vehicle looked like. He just flipped one up, said, "We've got a police escort now."
Cool.
He didn't see it happen. And then when we got to intersections, every intersection we went through that had red lights, because we went through, a little town that had brand new Bojangles, just built and opened yesterday. Today was its second day. And there were policemen at those intersections stopping traffic, and they actually saluted the funeral procession.
Wow, very cool. High five.
And it was like, I have to tell Ralph about this because, man, I was just thinking, this world has lost all morals.
Yeah, you can't even slow down a little bit. What the fuck's wrong with you? Out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, and then to hear or see this other action, it's like mind blowing. I went back to the days that we got brought up with, and we had no rain. It did good for the majority of the day, and then after we were loading up that mock orange tree, then they started flying a few planes, not many, just a couple. But I'm sure that was only because it was just beginning and we were leaving. But
yes. Hold on a second.
About that before.
If she took her magnets to check the herd, did you take your magnets out to check the herd?
No, I meant to.
Audio glitchy.
But no, I didn't because people just, I don't know, they knew what the time frame was, and they decided that that's when they need to call and start telling me all this other stuff, and I'm trying to remember everything I need to do, and they're telling me redundant, stupid that I know already. I know I have to do this, and I ain't got time to talk with you about this kind of stuff. I got things to do. So I ended up forgetting the magnets. But I did get, a couple of other things. But I wanted to do video, couldn't do it going up, thought I would be able to coming down, and that's when the exhaustion started kicking in, and then it was like, whoa.
Did you get any sleep?
But I'm going back up there and in a few days just to check and make sure that everything still looks good,
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to do, a video, because I want y'all to see the view of those mountains. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to pull over and scan around where you can see, just these beautiful blue mountains as far as you can see.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Well, we got a little jokester in the house tonight. Best not startle the herd. In other words, don't go walking around with a magnet. Don't startle the herd. They can cause a stampede. High five, Dawn.
I think I did quite a bit of that myself, because the one aunt that did know that was Mama's sister, and I would not let her tell the other sister, and it was driving her crazy because she likes to say she's not a gossip, but she is, and she likes to say she don't really look down her nose, but she does. And she said, just as soon as it was over, she says, well, now that everything is over and your daddy's buried, now I'm telling Nancy as soon as I get home. And I said, fine, you can now. And I said, and you would have done whatever to honor your father's last wishes.
Yeah.
You were just 11 years old when he died, so you weren't old enough to do it or comprehend. I'm 58, and I did what my dad wanted. I honored him, and if anybody's got a problem, I don't really care.
Hey, Dawn says glad she laughed. So she was just happy to make you chuckle.
Oh, yes, honey. And that's how come when I was so tickled when I saw you, Ralph, and I thought, well, I'm in that case tonight, but we ain't in that case, okay? Let's be honest. I'm just an old, crazy Appalachian granny woman. You know?
Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think if somebody's got the balls in the FBI to go grab Fauci and arrest him? What do you think's going to happen?
I don't think anybody will arrest him.
No, I don't think they will. I watch them burn children in a church, fly planes through the building. Nobody gives a flying fuck about nothing in the FBI.
Well, it wouldn't do for me to be anywhere around an event that Fauci was going to be at.
No, don't be. Hey.
And questioning him. No, I'd just be asking him questions loudly and get other people, to be noticing too.
Well,
see, I've been that way. I can't help it. And my daddy always said my mouth would be the death of me because, that's just me. I'm a rebel. And I wanted to know why people that really, had health problems and couldn't afford insurance, had none, couldn't work because of the health problems, couldn't get TN care, but the damn junkie could and get their gas mileage paid for to go get legally high.
Yeah.
Now, how does that make some sense? So I wanted to talk to the governor about that, and we were supposed to cater a dinner. They wouldn't let me and hubby work because they knew I was going to go up to the governor and ask him while I was setting that damn plate of food down.
You guys...
I didn't care. I wanted to know. I thought it was a valid question.
Yeah.
Served a valid
well,
answer.
I mean, that time we did that room bomb, everyone in that room, and I'm not going to criticize Peter's comments, but everybody in that room was in the utmost decency and dignified, and you asked a whole shitload of questions, and not the state, not the Channel 6, and not Haji. Fucking one answer to you people. Not even come back later. Hey guys, I'm sorry I couldn't do this live. I see your questions and I want to try to answer them the best I could. Nobody's answering questions about fucking nothing. No, we're not cellmates. I wouldn't go cellmates. We're earthmates. Let the cellmates be with the cell people.
Let you call to check the price of an oil change at Walmart, and them assholes gonna put you on their calling list.
Do you believe that? You were listening?
Yes, while I was trying on dresses.
That was
not the dresses. I was actually trying that and listening and going, I've got to hurry, I've got to get up there, and I did it. But
good job.
I was listening to that, but I didn't have the computer at my edge on the TV.
No, that was Toyota we called. We didn't call Walmart. I thought
it was Walmart.
No, I called the dealership.
About a Toyota. Well, see, I must have got oxygen cut off when I been over. And I missed that part.
Hey, Dawn.
For, oxygen deprivation, because, everybody's supposed to wear a mask.
Well, I went in the Chinese shithole dump, and there's fucking oil. I couldn't find a quart of oil less than $5.90 a quart for a quart of oil. Now, I'm not talking about drag racing motor oil or purple. I'm talking about just straight up motor oil. I want a 1040, $8 fucking a quart. I'm like, holy shit! I hope these workers earning $7.25 an hour gonna realize that car burns oil. They're gonna have to put a quart of oil in the car. That's a whole hour to you to work. Wow.
Yeah, and you buy 1 or 2 quarts, and you're gonna pay a whole lot more. But if you buy, an for oil change or then some, then you will get it cheaper.
Yeah.
But who can really afford all that at one time?
I don't know.
You're
I
really
just
needing one bottle.
if it's $8 an hour minimum wage, and a lot of states are, that means you got to work 1 hour labor to. So what we should do? We should find these states, go buy a shitload of oil, get them real cheap. Go to the state, we'll pay you in oil. You want to work at my restaurant? We're gonna pay you in quarts of oil.
Yeah.
A whole hour
Yeah.
to purchase a quart of oil.
And then when you do your oil at home, you've got all kinds of regulations on that and disposal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, them dealers made sure all that shit went down in legislature through the back door. No working on your vehicle. Yeah, go get a life.
Yeah. And hi everybody in chat. I don't want to make
did
y'all
you hear?
out there.
Did you hear Dawn's? Hey Eddie, Dawn's best part. Got kidney stone, rushed to the hospitals today.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Double D's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Outside of that, MJ's doing good. We heard from him. Jay keeps bumping in and out of here. Oil doubles. We are in Hertz. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe buy a truckload of plywood. If I had money, I'd buy like 30 trucks of plywood and put them in a building somewhere.
Now, I'll tell you an observation that I made today because I was in Christmas tree country. And the new crop of Christmas trees,
yeah,
they're not going to make it. They're burnt. They're little. They would have been very nice plants if it weren't for the shit in the skies that they're spraying.
Yeah. Did they get drought there?
Well, they have gotten quite a bit of rain, but this is the chemtrail burning.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that look. But the blackberries, now the blackberries here, no. But the blackberries up there, they were blooming. So there'll be blackberries, and so we're going to go back and get blackberries up there. And they're bigger up there anyway.
Right on, Michiganda.
And I also found a farmer with some beehives.
Did you?
Several of them. Yes, I did. So now I know where I can get some honey.
Good. Good stuff for you. Right on, Eddie. Can you see chat?
Let me try to get up here where I can see.
Yeah, there are a lot of these folks happy to see you. She does. Sounds much better.
Yes. Now, earlier I did not, but now that I'm back home and I found my cell phone, everything else is okay. Yeah. And
all right,
yeah,
Michigan.
I don't have to worry. About the person, and I won't say, but several of y'all know who I'm referring to, because I checked the jail tracker and they're incarcerated again. I told y'all that they couldn't stay out.
Who?
I'm away from home. My son.
Oh, really? High five to you.
Yes.
Really? Yes. Wow. I mean, what a terrible, wow. Jesus Christmas. You gotta be kidding me.
I say that and I pull up YouTube and Radical Ralph is live. And I said, you gotta be kidding. So, yeah, I feel like I can actually...
you get some sleep tonight, though.
Be some rest,
Yeah.
Don't be so nervous, for a little while. But now when it comes time, because Daddy and me were up and down at the, kid you not, at the same time, several times throughout every night, going to the bathroom. And it was a running joke. And we would in the days. And we would laugh that it was, day and night. It was constantly, like we'd synced up like women do a lot, with, their cycles. Daddy and me seem to be on the same one with our bladders,
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I have to, get up and do that, and he's not coming out, or he's not saying, I just beat you, or don't flush yet because I'm next.
No kidding.
No kidding. So when
Yeah.
I wake up and then it's that, and I don't get any of that, then it hits, and then I can't get back to sleep.
Well, Buddy chooses the right key for what harmonica I should be playing. So let's hope he ain't going nowhere. Can you say Josie Whale for Eddie? Josie Wales.
Josie Wales.
There you go, Eddie.
I love that man, Clint Eastwood. Hey, I had a thing for him in the playpen when he was Rowdy Yates on Rawhide. And my daddy, he would holler at me and he'd say, hey, Lori, your feller's on TV. And I'd go in there and it'd be something with Clint Eastwood in it. And it's like, yep, you know it, Daddy.
Hey,
You're welcome, Eddie. I see that now. You're welcome, Eddie.
Sister Golden here. Everyone put the price of a gallon of gas. It was $3.07 last night. Here, Dawn's at $3.09. Come on, Sister Golden here. Brag, baby, brag. It's only for the wealthy to pay that kind of money.
Okay, I'm thinking that we were a penny under $3.
Are you? Yeah.
I think that we were a penny under $3.
Yeah, it's, it still ain't as bad when I was on van, man. That couldn't have happened at a worse time. Wow, $2.69.
Wow, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, hallelujah.
My sister, Rowdy Yates. And have you saw his son, sister? Looks just like him when he was Rowdy Yates.
$2.09 a gallon regular. Thanks, Eddie and Dawn. Wait till Sister, can you hold the room while I go take a smoke break?
Sure. I'll do my best if they can tolerate me. And yeah, I'm giggling right now because I'm with you guys. And it feels good.
Look at Sis. Can you see that?
5090. Oh my gosh.
Get out of California, man.
Whoa.
We don't want you here, you worthless Goya meter motherfuckers. Get out of California. We want you.
Whoa. I'd be freaking out, man. That's the trip. But I expected the price of gas to go up once they had enough people vaccinated and we're going to start lifting restrictions somewhat, So, and I talked with Daddy about that, that we believed that was exactly what they would do. And we kept watching, keeping tabs, and sure enough. Oh, yeah, I said, sister, he is a cutie. He is. Oh, goodness, y'all. It has been a crazy, crazy day. It really has. But it was in a beautiful, part of this country. It really was. And it was fabulous to be in a no cell service, no GPS, no nothing zone. And all you heard was the sound of the mountain. Well, dearest Dawn, I say that I'll go. Well, Granny, it went pretty much how I expected. And I am going to get some backlash, and that's okay. Bring it. That's all I got to say. I said what I had to say to the one I did let know and she was huffing and puffing because the other, and I'm going to tell her as soon as, because it's over now, so I can tell her now. Well, go ahead now. You know, ain't nothing they can do about it now. I honored my daddy, and if you've got a problem with that, kiss my ass. Don Morning, I see that your allotment, yeah. Yeah, things are going to get super, super tight. Super tight here, because, man, we lost, you know, a good portion of the income, and I'm not complaining. I'm eliminating expenses now that didn't, you know, we found a way to do because it was Daddy's enjoyment. I was keeping Daddy, his wagon train, his Death Valley days, his Western channel where he watched his Western movies, Gunsmoke Bonanza, all of them, Big Valley, High Chaparral. Daddy watched them all. And if that made him happy, he worked hard all his life. We would find a way. And so now I gotta cut things out. And I don't have a lot of time, or else they're gonna bill. And I can't believe that they said that if he would have passed at 12:01 a.m. on the 1st, then Social Security would have let us kept that check.
No, you gotta turn that money in. That's big money. That's big money. We need that money for the goddamn industrial war pigs.
And all the big bills, for the most part, come out on the 3rd. I've got one other big bill that comes out Monday.
You do a fundraiser, what do they call that shit? What we do for you, Dawn? You didn't send me your address either.
Well, I got to thinking about that, and I did once. I don't know if you kept it though, because
I keep everything. I should.
Well, you sent me the necklace, but I will.
That's right, I did. What a dummy! I'm telling you, keeping up with Mr. Russo's mother. I'm telling you.
Well, Mr. Russo, that'll be just fine. You
All right, just hold on.
My doctor and let me vent, and I'll help you. You know, try to keep track of who you're going to call.
Oh man.
Okay.
You're sniffing glue plastic today. Anyways, it was fun. Anyways, I had one bad thing with this, with my choice of doing 7, and I didn't realize it, but I took out my fireflies. But I don't think there's a lot of fireflies anyways. But I know you guys like to see the fireflies when they come.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all good. I got you. Yeah, I do got it. All right, I'll get that out in an email right now.
Okay.
So you got a big bill you're kind of worried about.
Yeah, I'm trying to, figure everything out, but like I told hubby, I can't do that because I can't trust my mind at the moment on figures because I'm very angry.
Right, but I wouldn't say too much in here. You know what I mean? Just.
Yeah, but
we don't know the lurkers.
Yeah, but I'm one of these times with figures and stuff that I'm using them on all kinds of things that earned me bonuses, in past jobs because I could get the inventory so good and so tight and the spoilage less than 10%.
What? You learn how to budget money, right?
Budget, keep track of everything, rotate stocks. Daddy was a truck driver. And back then, you took it in the store, and if the person had health problems or was elderly, my daddy wasn't supposed to do this, but he did it anyway. He'd go ahead and take it out and put it on the shelf for it to be.
Take care of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yes, and he showed me then about rotating stock. My daddy taught me so much. He taught me how to drive long before I could ever reach the gas pedal of my brake.
Yeah, no kidding.
See over, the steering wheel. I could tell you what to do if, on ice and going down the mountain, or what to do if you're, trying to climb up the mountain and you got a curve and your leg shift.
All right, hold on.
And actually, Daddy said
Go ahead.
put your vehicle in reverse on ice, and it will slow you down because it's going to try to be pulling backwards instead of taking you forward.
Yeah, I don't know about doing it in reverse.
Well, he said it worked for us.
Yeah, it worked for you guys. I want to go and try that, though.
And he said his dad taught him that, and his dad learned it when he worked with the state highway department. And that was back in the early days when they were developing roads, because when my granddad and my grandmother dated, they dated, using a wagon or a buggy. And it was wagon trails. Cars weren't invented yet.
For real.
For real.
All right, I got sister. Hold on a second. I got to do a count here. Ralph's having trouble.
Okay.
Sister, dearest Dawn, Dawn Morning, Groveland, sisters in there. Who else did I forget? I'm trying to send this email out. Somebody help me in the room. I need a couple more emails. Any suggestions? I got Sister Golden here, dearest Dawn, Groveland, Dawn Morning, Stephanie. Thank you.
Okay.
It's a strawberry.
Joy, because I was like, I don't see Stephanie in here. And then I was hearing you say it, and I was trying to look.
Jules.
And then I saw Dawn's comment in it. So, okay.
Thank you. This is going so well. It's much more nicer doing it with you guys. Because I always panic and forget. 95.
Yeah, I was totally swigged on that cell phone issue.
Well, I bet that did trip you up. I know it was a hard thing for me to break, but I did. And I'm proud of myself.
Well, see, I only used the thing in case of an emergency anyway. But it was the fact that there were those pictures, and I hadn't got them backed up, and I thought I lost them. And I did.
Thank you. Thank you, Dawn. Hot Toddy. You want me to send one to Hot Toddy? Hey, Hot Toddy, you want to sign this get well card? What an asshole.
Wonder if we could get Billy to sign it.
Yeah, Billy.
Hey, you'll sign this card.
What an asshole. I tell you what, that was probably one of the most embarrassing calls I've ever made to somebody. Because he's like, sir, are you a Hoosier? Real straight face. I'm like, what the fuck is a Hoosier? I'm an American. I says, I tell Todd Young to wake the fuck up. And they're, well, you got to call your own senator. I'm like, no, that ain't the way this is supposed to work. You let Monsanto's walk in the door and give you free blowjobs at $1 million to get legislation passed. I'm just calling you up to ask you to stop chemtrailing.
Yeah.
That was a good phone call. I was proud of myself.
I thought you did good on it.
Yeah, I did a good job. The guy was an asshole. Hoosier. What the fuck is a Hoosier?
And the world is one full of them. And I've had to deal with quite a few of them.
I'm getting a drink of water there, Granny.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what, these people that are just so dumb. They just have been on my nerves, so I view them as trolls.
Trolls, we haven't had no trouble with trolls.
Yeah, I'm talking about the stupid people I've had to deal with in real life. I refer to them as trolls. Because that's what they reminded me of.
Who renamed a highway Donald Trump? Hoosier.
Really?
What the hell was that all about? I'm confused.
Yeah, really. Who's got a Donald J. Trump?
Oh yeah, I was telling them knock the bullshit off with you. Fucking pigs have been killing children too goddamn long. He's on the Foreign Relation Board. That's why we called him. Who's your daddy?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you meant by that, though.
Oh my goodness, y'all. It has been a very long day. It's definitely citrus. See that the Tennessee tornadoes are ready.
We ain't
We've
gonna.
been so proud. I did it very, very nicely too, and just in a way to where it was like an out to you tonight. I did it in the way that we go about when we're asking the question, you know, and like in that news that Maine, you know, and they don't want to answer those, or you got, except I had them looking me dead in the eye and saying stuff, and then it's like, now how can you deny it, you know? Did this not come out of your mouth or what?
My way after Trump here in Oklahoma. And what? People are having a fucking meltdown. I seen Facebook just banned them for another 2 years. Yeah, that's proper. That's proper. Yeah, let's ban people. Hey, I know you ladies are getting itchy with the baseball bats and all. You know what I mean? I could start calling out Susan Wolowiski and AI and all that shit. See if we can get some trolls in here.
Oh no, I'm happy to be out of a troll zone, you know, for now. I've dealt with them in real life today, well, this whole week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to not having any. I think I aggravated them enough that
Same bird.
Leave me alone tonight, and I don't think they'll be calling me first thing in the morning either.
Well, get some rest, you know, like you had a couple tough nights there. Why don't you just shut down and get yourself some rest? You're doing good.
I am, and I'm laughing, and I needed that because I've been able to eat. I tried peanut butter sandwich like I told you, go have your smoke. Did that and laughed, and my stomach don't feel like it's a big hard ball. So that is an excellent sign, y'all. Excellent.
And it will be. You'll be all right. Just hang in there. You got to stick around. Remember what Tim said. Kick your feet up. You know what's coming. You got to hang out for the second Corona Bona bullshit. Unless they lock Fauci up. If they lock Fauci up, we won't have those.
Oh, we could hope that we know how it turns out the way it does. But all of them throughout history, go back in history and look, they never get locked up.
No, they don't. And that's it.
Everybody talks a good game.
Yeah.
Until they're supposedly in the position and have the power to do so.
All right.
It don't happen.
No.
Because they're not really the one with the power. They're not really in the position. They are just the face that they want out there for their agenda.
Keep you busy. Wag the dog. Hey, you know what's going to happen, dearest Dawn?
Like,
The liberals are going to drive to that section of highway and start smashing their car into guardrails and shitting and busting it up. Like,
sorry, Ralph. I just saw that from Sister. I'm glad y'all think I sound great tonight.
yeah, you do. You sound really good.
Like I said, I got really, really quiet because I lost my voice. Well, y'all heard the other day, and then it was gone earlier, and then I just stayed really, really quiet, and then, you know, it was 4:30, and I tried to pay it better, and, you know, got to laugh with you guys, and
yeah, it'll come to you. It'll come to you.
Happy and me are here with the kitties, and I think tonight might be a good night to pop in and wag the dog.
With Sister Golden.
We've got it here, that movie. We've got it on DVD. And that's what me and him it might be 4:30 again.
Yeah, you need to watch that movie.
Me and him just might put that in the DVD player.
Yeah.
And we might just kick back and watch that and just forget about everything for a while.
Good idea. You know, I've been wanting to do that for a long time, where if I pay the $2.99 for the movie, we'd StreamYard it and we sit here, get stoned and watch good movies, but the Jews don't want us to do that on here. I'm not making no money on this platform. I get gifts sent to me. I want to thank Jewel. Jewel got me some diatomaceous earth, and I aim to be using it because the goddamn ticks are so bad here, and I thank her very much.
I'm seeing a chat about
Steve Harvey.
You. And yeah, and it is Steve Harvey. It does crack us up that I can't say Family Feud for just a little bit because that was our ritual every evening. And when we got home, it was starting to come on, and I told my husband I can't do it. And I looked at him as I was telling him, and I saw in his face that he couldn't do it either. We could. So I said, I'm changing the channel. I'm going to YouTube. I'm getting off of regular TV. And it was just on regular TV so that people would think somebody was here, you know, because if I leave it on YouTube or anything else, it automatically shuts off. It times out after so long. If you're not there to push the button for AI, you know.
Yeah, AI didn't catch me with that. I'm surprised. With that War Pig little bit we played earlier, you need to buy toga made of deep and tights. Yeah. Well, don't laugh at that. You know, I know somebody that's really going to get these I guess they're like winter clothes to wear up here. They're very scared of it too. Almost killed them. Almost killed me. This shit's got to go, man. This Lyme shit. And now we just found out this week there's another boogie virus coming out of these fucking ticks. You got a lot of sick people in this country from your tick population. I wouldn't be worried about bombing Syria and children of fucking Palestine or anyone else. Going 30,000 men. You know what 30,000 men cost this country to get to Europe on war games? Any idea whatsoever?
Oh, it is an absolute fortune because
of course
there are
it
so
is.
many different people involved, and they play like risk for years before they actually go to a country and start something because they've already had somebody here that's playing around on boards and stuff back then because, you know, that's the way they did it.
You know, we played that in the service when we had downtime in the personnel carrier. We played that game, Risk.
I'm not surprised.
No?
not off. And see, one of my brothers, that was what his job was in the military, was to come up with the war plan, strategy.
Yeah.
And there were people that were already in the countries that we were going to be doing this to, later on. And they were studying everything, the weather, the terrain,
Everything.
people,
Everything.
everything.
Yeah.
And reporting back, and they were coming up with the different scenarios and all the different variables and what was going to work. And then they doctors, like physical medical doctors and also mental health doctors, were doing their part by studies of, what type of genetics, what type of diseases, etc. Do these people have in this area, and what will attack these people?
We have a good.
To our own people.
Yeah, we have
and that's why we have these ticks.
Right, but that's what we did today. We covered a lot of the poor people in this country that don't have drinking water, the Sioux and the Navajo, and it's just, there's no reason for this kind of shit. Yeah, fucking out of control military industrial complex. And I was talking with Chase the other night, and he brought up tiger swan. Alex Jones reported in 2007, 8, or 9 that tiger swan had 29,000 paid fucking mercenaries. 29,000. And that was about 2007, 8, or 9. You can go look for that in Alex Jones' show. It's tiger swan, they were called Blackwater, Halliburton, Kellogg back then. And it's like, what the fuck? These are mercenaries in our country. You ain't supposed to have this shit in your country. And then you're beating up on fucking patriot fucking militiamen and blowing up fucking buildings and say they did that shit. Fucking
stupid. Was making a fortune because they were making the weapons and all of the stuff needed to actually do the war.
Yeah.
Then they also owned everything it was going to take to rebuild what the war just destroyed. And they also owned the medical profession, the supplies even. If you noticed your hospital beds, Halliburton.
Yeah. Hey, I watched a video the other day. I didn't know this. But Stalin's son. Did you know Stalin's son?
Stalin's son. No, I don't.
Well, Stalin's son was the one peace brokered all the rebuilding of Europe. I'm like, how the hell did he get that fucking job? I didn't realize that, but I watched a good video the other night on that. It was like, wow, we've been hampered for a long time here.
Oh, we have. We really have. It goes way, way back.
Yeah.
And I've got some really cool old pictures that you guys will get a kick out of seeing from, some of them are from the late 1800s, but several are from the early 1900s. And one is like a postcard that is from 1907.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the old West pictures where they're holding their shotguns and their rifles.
What's that, your family pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, these particular ones that I came across when I was looking for this picture of Daddy that I had in mind to use, then I came across these and then looked and saw who they were. I knew who they were, but I couldn't see, so I looked and then like, oh yeah, got it. So, and noticed what the date was on it, and it actually said postcard on it.
Nice.
And it was a picture that you could mail it, this picture,
yeah,
as a postcard. And it was so cool But yeah, we do have the tin tops now. I've not come across those yet. But those possibly are in Mom and Daddy's safety deposit box. And I haven't gone up there to do that. I've got to get his keys and go up there and go in that room. And I'm not sure what that protocol is right now, you know, with that social distancing and all. I don't know if they're afraid to let two people in there at a time, you know.
Yeah. Social distancing. The last thing planet Earth needs is social distancing. Come on, people, now.
Exactly.
Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. That's more
Yeah.
to my liking.
Yep. I love that period of music.
Yeah, it was wonderful. But, you know, a lot of people, first thing you say, well, that was all mind program. Well, it was a mind programming shit and that. But, I mean, you could take them words of that, please bring me up, this spirit in the sky. I mean, tin soldiers, you could sing that in the church. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and we actually did in our church some of the songs. We did.
Yeah, but it's some other lunatic variety that you got down there, them southern fucking lunatics. Holy shit.
Yeah, I like my aunt that's going to be severely irritated. Well, I'm sure already is. By now she already has phone calls. So, yeah, she's the holy roller.
Yeah, well, that shit's going to get tough. You know how that shit goes. I tell you, I was in the army in boot camp. One motherfucker opened his mouth. We already got our uniforms and all that shit. He opened up his mouth. So, drill sergeant, I think we should start these formations with a prayer. That motherfucker laid into him for about 15 minutes. Don't you ever bring your shit into my fucking world. You know? And then that was one of them types of people, believe me. You left your heart in San Francisco. Well, that's one thing. You join the service, you get
I'm really tickled about the tree that I got. I got a good bow on it, and I got good rich dirt.
I wish I had some good dirt, but we're all right.
So it will be, you know, off to a good start. And then hubby and me are going to figure out a way to shield it from getting burnt from the, Kim Scott.
Well, your biggest...
Where it will get the sun that it needs, but it will get a little bit of protection. Other things will catch more than it will and give it a chance to take root good.
I love the sun when it's allowed. Maybe you might want to pull that comment down. You might be pushing the weather control agents there already. Don't be pushing them.
Yeah. Oh, I might be. Oh, my goodness. Because, they did allow me some blue sky today. Oh, and I was just so wore out last night and everything and just feeling so terrible that I left the car window down and it rained.
Wow.
And my seat was soaked and had to drive back too this morning. Before we could leave. Yeah, but did get it,
Well, I thought it was funny as hell. There's Dawn's out there getting all kinds of nasty weather heading her way. And then race week comes for the Indy 500. It's crystal blue sky. Crystal blue. The whole sky was a rising high number. Yeah, well, and she said it tonight. She says they paid good money for that. And I believe it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
So you get your states to stop paying some big money out, or you ain't gonna get no sunshine.
Yeah, they're not gonna pay any money for sunshine for us here.
Nah, got no money in that state.
And they want this land.
They want all the land. They want all them Appalachian
They
people
do
the
want
fuck
all
out
the
of there.
land. They've been after this land for a long time.
Of course they have.
And these people have tried, standing their ground and everything, and they have made sure that they're killing all those people off.
Yeah.
So that these younger ones, that will be easy to manipulate, they're happy sitting in a room with video game all day. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games shooting innocent children in Afghanistan from Fallon Air Force Base in Nevada. That's their job. They go in and they get their own drone and they get to kill people.
And see, they have these video game competitions. And, on the video games, you'll see hot sport. And they're doing this because they're testing to see. And in those competitions, see who are the best. Then they come and start courting them and telling them how much they can make if they'll do this. And then the next thing they know, these kids think they're playing a war game on a video game, and they're really doing it in real life.
My grandkids are talking about bright white sun. Even kids see it not normal. They said they hate it now. Do you read in this for Dearest Dawn?
I'm seeing that right now, and man, that's good that your grandkids, that they notice. It really is.
Well, I mean, Dawn's been flooded the shit out of. She looked like she's living in a jungle. And she can't get she got a break, I think, today, but I don't think it's going to stick around. You've been pretty wet this spring too.
Yes, not as bad as Dearest Dawn, but I have.
Yeah.
And we got the rain last night, and today it held off, and I don't know, it may rain tonight. I truly don't know, because they said it was going to rain today. We checked the umbrella, but it didn't. So it could tonight.
Well, I hope not, and I'm glad you at least had a good day to bury your daddy. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And I really think that, him and my mom had things work out the way that they did. So it did turn out to be a decent day. And then before I left, I was sitting right in between them, and I was having a cigarette. I didn't throw my butt down. I filled the strip, and then I take my butt with me.
Good. Yeah, I hate that when people throw their cigarette butts out. No, I will put my cigarette butt out on the ground, but it's paper.
Well, see, I've got a little pocketbook ashtray that I take with me when I know I'm going to go out somewhere and be smoking.
Yeah.
And, bring my butts with me and then dispose of them once I get home.
Yeah, I agree with you, sister. Many of us who watch YouTube, we get these commercials, and the commercials are all about killing, man. It's nothing but fucking killing games.
Yeah, and sister, it completely has. The kids are totally decent.
Check out those cities. I checked them out. Yeah. I checked out the To-Go Cities years ago on, actually it was on 60 Minutes.
I remember that.
You do? Leslie
Stahl.
Yeah, I remember that too. I was like, holy fucking shit. This is bigger than New York.
I was too. I was like, and it's friggin' empty.
Yeah, empty. Nothing. Just fucking.
All those buildings ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those homes. All those complexes. Yeah. Insanity.
Hey, yeah, this is an insanity too. You got a new vape pen and it's got an LED screen counting your drags.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, right? You went out and bought a new vape pen. Look at this; it goes on Bluetooth too. Hey, happy for me. I know how many drags I took.
Yay. Oh, no thanks. I don't want something to count how many drags I'm taking, no matter what I'm taking it off.
I know. I'm gonna go take a. I'm gonna go take a couple drags. Can you hold on for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Well, you are doing your best. You sound like like you resurrected yourself.
Well,
Plus loads of
I
Chinese visit.
have for the moment, and, you know.
Yeah, but you need to get some sleep too.
Yeah, I do, and I will.
That's a 54, girl.
Then when you come back, I think I will hop off and.
Yeah, go to bed. Yeah, I gotta go to bed here soon, so I'm tired. I had a busy day, and
But no, y'all. Earlier I was squeezing, and yesterday I was squeezing, and my best friend was squeezing.
yeah, fucking chemtrails.
And it's the same one that she and I both got, the chemtrail pneumonia in the month of May, and that we've all talked about. We all ended up with it, or at least a good portion of it ended up with it. And she was going to try to get into the doctor today, and I don't know if she actually got to, because I've not got to talk to her since I come home. And I thought I could talk to her in the morning. I thought if it was anything bad, she would have already tried to reach out. But yeah, we were both wheezing terrible. So I'm happy that I'm not wheezing right now. So yay. And that one, I think, is actually kind of
you got your
one of
nails
those
done.
blessings
You got brushed this week.
from above, because I was at a lot higher altitude, and oxygen is less at higher altitude, and I should have had a harder time breathing. But actually, without the chemtrails, it wasn't as bad up there today, and it was a lot cooler. It was about 20 degrees cooler up there. It was really hot down here from what we saw after we got back. Because we did try to, keep an eye on the temperature inside and out. So, and we noticed that in the cars too, because it likes to tell you what direction you're traveling and what the current temperature outside is. Yeah. Dogs, cats, they've all been wheezing. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. And it's very worrisome. Very worrying. And I know I'm not saying that correctly. I apologize. And yeah, guys, and like I said, that because I was still really down, but I got quiet. And then here y'all were, and it was like, hey, I could jump in and I could talk to them and I could tell them how the day went, and that I talked to, some people that they were awake to, and then actually some people giving, respect. One part, nobody was respectful. The other part, they were. And it was awesome. And that helped too. And then by the time I was back into the state that's not so respectful, then I was so tired, I didn't care anymore. And then so you guys and did get some food in, and it has stayed down. So one peanut butter sandwich down, that's a plus. And I switched phones. I don't know if y'all can hear the beeping. I'm tickled to death that you guys were on and I could call and I could connect. And so was Toby. He was tickled and he was hanging with us for a bit, but he's gone upstairs and some stuff right now.
Oh, how you doing, all?
Hey, y'all.
All's in the room. Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Your piggies are getting big. And on my friend.
Yeah, you guys actually even got to see some blue sky.
I hope.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't.
I'm talking the real color blue, not faded, not pale, not whited. I got to see real blue sky.
That's nice. That's really, really nice.
It was. Don't get that much. So that was not. Really was. Well, I killed one thing. I ran and grabbed the other one.
Hey, we did the same thing the other night, and good to hear you. Listen, rest, you know, rest. And like Tin says, you get just another one watching over you.
Yeah. And I could feel them.
Well,
I got more.
yeah.
I got more than one because I'm telling you, the whole crew showed up.
Yeah. Well,
It feels, going, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
It is. It's going to be okay. I tell you it's going to be okay. It'll be okay. Just sit around, kick your feet up, watch the...
A little while longer, it's going to be okay. And, it'll give me time to get, regrouped, rested, and ready to handle what comes next.
Yeah, well, Eddie just brought that up. So your vape pen is going to communicate with Wi-Fi, and it's going to say, oh, she's a 54 drag girl in an hour, or whatever. How many drags she takes, and then your credit score is going to go down. You're going to be a bad, bad person. Granny, have a good night, and I appreciate the call in.
Well, thanks, Dr. Ralph, for, letting me ring up.
Well, actually, that's a 4-letter word. I didn't do that much bad things to you to call me a doctor, because there ain't no doctoring out there no more, is there?
Well, I don't mean it as a 4-letter,
Yeah, the fucking communists.
I'm meaning it, in a fun way.
I know you do.
That, right?
I know. Big hug to you.
Because, I told you I can't help it. I've got a little bit of, sarcasm in my humor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody's happy. I listen on here. I listen on ham radio. I mean, I listen to a lot of conversations throughout the world. Nobody's happy with the fucking doctors, They're like, they ain't got no common sense. They ain't doing what they should be doing. Well, how could all these people have problems with a PhD educated motherfucker? Because they're still practicing. That's how. And they took the oath to Apollo. Thank you very much, sister.
And look, I may still have another opportunity about the magnets because a cousin that couldn't get up here right now is going to come up a little later, and she did inform me that she and her husband had received their vaccine and wanted to know if we had, and I said, no, we haven't, and we're not going to. But they're cool about it, and they're not going to be snooty about it. that'll be an excellent conversation with them because he's a retired pharmacist. So, yeah, I want to hear what he's got to say.
Well, you have a good night and get some rest.
I will. Thanks, y'all.
Good
I
night.
love you guys. And you buddy, big old hug. I know you do, but you know I'm going to say it wrong.
I clipped his nails tonight, so he's a good-looking guy out there, just looking for a friend.
Well, I know he would prefer, a friend of the female persuasion, that was furry,
Yeah.
But he's a lot of human friends. A
Yeah.
lot of human friends that think, he's the best singing dog in the whole world, and he is a handsome boy, for sure.
He's a good boy. I actually, if you listen in a little bit, we'll close out with a little harmonica playing, but I'm not really into it. I'm tired. But we'll do something if
Yeah,
he.
I'm just on the TV, so I'll listen to it. And I'm getting ready to put PJs on, and so.
All right. Well, we thank you all. Everyone we thought of, we could get their email out to them and get your address, so maybe we'll receive a little something here down the line.
Thank you, guys, and I love you all and hug to each and every one of you. And forgive me for not being able to keep up with chat and call everybody out by name. And if I left your name out, I'm sorry I didn't.
Oh, that's all good. Mr. Russo can't even keep the goddamn room straight on who's in there and what names there are.
Well, hey, we work together and we all make a good team.
Yeah. Good room.
Yes, the Tennessee Tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
They're a team in more than just baseball.
Have a good night.
And that's a fact. Night, y'all.
Good night.
Big hugs and love to all of you. And I'll listen as y'all play and sing us out.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, who's going to hang up first? All right. Wow, there you go. Applicationgranny. She got through a tough time today. Hey, high five. Yeah, you like your doctor. I tell you what, I got a dentist. I'd let him do operations on me if I had to, before I let these fucking butchers that I met. Anyways, that's all par for the course, right? And I'm glad you got somebody good in your life. A pill popper, a pill pusher. Probably not. I am getting kind of weary. What time is it? Yeah, I want to get to bed here soon. I had a busy day, tough, but very educational. What the fuck are you building shit like this for? My gosh. We got a good smudge going on. House is stinking of musty, Hey, shit. So let's do one of these. There you go. You're going to good night? I'll do a little smudge here. Sorry about your gas prices, though. Yeah, pretty sad. Well, everybody, thanks for coming tonight. You guys are awesome, and just let's kick back what happened. I think, MJ, you today? No. MJ wrote me a letter, said he's with his family. He's doing all right. He's having finally a good time, probably. Maybe, I hope in his life he's having a good time. He's suffering from that Lyme and Magellan shit going on. He's stored up. My wife got a second jab yesterday. Severe headache, pain in the arm. No, I think what's crazy about the whole thing is when, you know, you get the experimental jab shit you want to fucking concoct, and everyone should have had an 800 number. I think everyone should have had an 800 number. You got a headache or something after the jab, call in and report a fucking headache. There ain't nobody doing a fucking thing on how bad this shit really is. We ought to have Dearest Dawn's kid all in convulsions and shit. So, smudge me out. Well, you have a good night. And sorry you're paying so much for gas. I'm sure it'll be all over the place soon. Is she magnetic? Now, I wouldn't understand why the fucking FDA assholes we called the other day didn't give us an answer on that. How the fuck are you making a human body magnetic? This ain't a YouTube joke. People are putting magnets on their arm and they're sticking to their arm. And you couldn't even get a fucking answer from them. Moderna. I'm glad to hear grannies are doing a little better. Everybody have a great night. You take care up there, Michiganda. Full and dirty. All right. Please, spike protein. Who the fuck knows what they gave them? Yeah, all right. Have a good night, Michiganda. But, you know, we watched that video by Rose, and I mean, there wasn't even no goddamn information in the jab box. Like, did you even ask your doctor to look at this fucking paper that comes with this shit? Even though you don't understand it, it should be in print. Have a good night, Eddie. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. Remember, make your own choice. You want the jab, take the jab. You don't want the jab, the motherfuckers that take the jab, they shouldn't be worried about anybody. They got their all second coming of Christ right there in their arm. They ain't got to worry about nobody wearing a mask, nobody walking around that didn't get the jab. You shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. That's what I was taught in the service. You get the antidote, you're all set. Left blank intentionally, yep. Cover page. Yeah, that's a big piece of paper in there with nothing on it. I don't know what you're doing. Are all of them that way? I don't know. I'm no fucking investigator, that shit. Anyways, thanks for coming. You guys want to see me in the morning? I got to get to cracking here. I got to get old cracking. Going to be a tough night to sleep. We got some really nasty weather coming. One is up the yin yang, but nothing on that page. I find that interesting. What'd you do there, doctor? Did you tell your client that there was nothing on the page? Hey, before I shoot you with this shit, I want to show you this piece of paper. It's blank. Hey, I show you this piece of paper, even if they put it on there, right? Even if they put it on there. I just want to show you that there's some shit can happen to you. No. Let's do fucking McDonald's type jab sessions. Get in line. Fight over one another. Who's going to get the jab first? All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming tonight. Have a good night. And we'll see you in the morning. Thanks. Ciao. Hasta la vista. Sayonara. Be good to one another. You know how it goes. We'll see you later.